Welcome to the Color of Autism's parent training video. I am Jeanette Washington, and here we're connecting parents to culturally competent support. Our goal is for you to understand the appropriate goals for your child's early developmental needs and for you to utilize specific teaching methods to teach and meet the needs of your child with developmental disabilities. This video was made possible by a grant from the W.K. Kellogg Foundation. As we address early development, we will focus on play. Yes, that's right, Play. It's essentially the beginning of all knowledge. Play can be simple, yet profound and powerful. It's actually considered the highest form of research. In a Minnesota Children's Museum research summary, the authors found that researchers in the fields of education and child psychology have amassed significant evidence for the necessity of play in children's lives. As children play, they also develop critical, cognitive, emotional, social, and physical skills. Play even contributes to proper brain development. Among its contribution to brain development, play helps children develop new competencies that lead to enhanced confidence and the resiliency they will need to face future challenges. Is your child on a sports team? Well, I hope so, because organized play allows children to learn how to work in groups, share, negotiate, resolve conflicts, and learn self-advocacy skills. Self-advocacy, resiliency, and confidence are all important skills for adults, so it's a no-brainer that these learning skills would be important for a child and would give your child a leg up as they mature. So get this, play is so important to optimal child development that play has been recognized by the United Nations High Commission for Human Rights as a right of every child. Yes, that's right, every single child. Despite the benefits derived from play for both children and essentially parents, time for free play has been severely reduced. With all of the benefits and the reduction mentioned, I'd like to explain why play needs to be explained in the first place. Because ultimately, there are forces that prevent children with developmental needs, children in poverty, and children from working class families from benefiting fully from play. So here's the thing. Somewhere between our hurried lifestyles, the rise of the cost of living, the COVID-19 pandemic, and online everything, we've changed our priorities and reprioritized recess. When was the last time you were able to prioritize play for your child? Do you embed recess into your child's schedule? Don't worry, I won't wait for the answers to those. Our increased attention to online and hybrid academic models and enrichment activities are at the expense of play. Play also offers an ideal opportunity for parents to engage fully with their children. So let's protect play at all costs, because your child should enjoy the full developmental assets associated with play. Remember, time spent playing with your child is never time wasted. Moving right along, I'll provide some types of play, activities you can try, and show you some ways that you can use math as you incorporate play with your child. Here are some types of play your child will use. Functional play. Your child will explore different toys and objects to see exactly what they do and to start playing with the toy for its intended use. For instance, a ball can bounce, blocks can stack, cars can be pushed on the floor. Functional play typically starts to develop around 12 to 18 months. Next is symbolic play. Your child may use one object to represent another object. For example, your child may pick up the TV remote and use it as a telephone. Or maybe they hop into a cardboard box and pretend that it's their car or house. Symbolic play typically starts to develop around 18 to 24 months. Finally, we have imaginative play. Your child will start to act out a familiar routine or maybe even something that seems interesting to them. For example, feeding a doll, playing a doctor. Imaginative play typically begins and starts to develop around 24 to 36 months. So what kind of play is your child doing right now? Let's also keep in mind that nursery rhymes, riddles, songs, poems, and read aloud books all help children to manipulate sounds, which supports phonological awareness and has the potential to back up play-based learning. Well, what about blowing bubbles? Don't just blow them and say nothing. Bubbles are an excellent way to get your child playing, interacting, and motivated to communicate. When blowing bubbles, you could try eliciting a B sound. B is an early developmental sound. Also, the P sound can be utilized for pop. Adding in a verbal routine such as counting 1, 2, 3, wait, then go. Giving an expectant look before you blow while modeling the word blow. Pointing plus saying pop, pop, pop. Modeling more plus you want the sign before blowing. Giving your child an empty wand to set up an opportunity to ask for help. Blowing in front of a fan for a dramatic effect, which is always extra fun and adds a little more of a cherry to the top of play. And finally, modeling, all the bubbles disappear or spill. Now I want you to grab a pen or a pencil and also grab a piece of paper because I'll be giving you 4 other playful ideas that will spark your child's interest and learning. First is taste safe paint. You will need baby cereal, food coloring, and warm water. So how you'll make the taste safe paint is by mixing a spoonful of baby cereal with warm water and add a drop of food color. Add some cars for your little one to race through the paint to make different track marks. This activity targets fine motor skills among so many other things. Again, that first activity is taste safe paint. The next activity number 2, is Legos and building words. You will complete this activity by writing down a word on a building block. On separate building blocks, write down the word according to their phoneme. For instance, for the word car, you will write a C, which is that first sound, and then AR, which is that second sound. And you will work with your child to put together words using their favorite toy or a tool that is very familiar with them, the Lego. Next, we'll do Play-Doh and counting syllables. This is our third activity. How to use this activity? You will use Play-Doh, roll a few pieces into balls, write the word down, then count the syllables using the balls of Play-Doh. And you can smash them together. For instance, we'll use the word car. So you can put a C or say C for one piece that is a ball of Play-Doh. Then you can use that AR sound for the other piece of that ball of Lego and push them together when you say the word. As another activity, using art supplies to create and process art is usually child-led. There's no right or wrong way to create, and the child can say, I made this myself. This could be with crayons and a coloring sheet or paint and a canvas. So we have the Taste Safe Paint activity, number 1, the Lego and Building Words activity, which is number 2, the Play-Doh and Counting Syllables activity, which is number 3, and then the Art Supplies activity, which is number 4. The benefits of process art includes cognitive development when comparing, predicting, planning, and problem solving, fine motor skills development when painting or coloring, language development when talking about the artwork that your child has created, and finally, social and emotional development when your child is sharing, concentrating, and really showcasing their self-esteem. This activity complements the following areas of learning in the early years foundation stage, also known as EYFS: writing, physical development, communication and language, personal, social, and emotional, and exploring and using media and material. I can't stress enough how important play is. For older children, play can look a lot different. Play can target math. Play can also target science, engineering, and technology. This is an example of how you can use play to target math. We're going to be playing an activity called Stair Hop. The object of this particular playful activity is to hop up the stairs and also to count each stair as you hop. On your mark, get set, go.
Jump 1, jump 2, jump 3, jump 4, jump 5, jump 6, jump 7, jump 8, jump 9, jump 10, jump 11, jump 12, jump 13, jump 14, jump 15, jump 16, jump 17, jump 18, jump 19,
Don't forget to provide positive feedback and reinforcement as your child is completing the playful task at hand. And also, it's very important to cheer them on and to provide them with the targets and the objective as they are playing. On your mark, get set, go. Great job. You are such an excellent counter. Now we're practicing subtraction. Awesome. High five for you. Here's a true and false statement for you. Play is one of the most important ways that your child can learn about the world around them. Do you think that statement is true or false? Well, if you guessed true, you are right. Here is why the answer is true. Play helps children learn new skills, build language, and relate to the world around them. Play is very important in the development of language because it encompasses skills like interaction, socialization, cognition, and problem solving. I hope you were able to answer that true and false statement correctly, but more importantly, I hope you were able to reflect on how play affects your child's early development and understand the specific teaching methods to meet the needs of your child with developmental disabilities. Thank you for viewing The Color of Autism's parent training video.